If men started hiding their nipples the way women did, do you think eventually women would be conditioned to start becoming sexually aroused at the sight of a man's breasts? Why or why not? I might be wrong, but isn't a man's torso already one of the more visually stimulating things for women about men? Bold of you to assume my man's nipples don't sexually arouse me. Dude, as a woman, I love seeing a guy's chest. Women are already turned on by men's pecs. Even nipples for some. People are just turned on by the bodies of people they find attractive in general. Men aren't only attracted to women's breasts because it's taboo for them to be shown in public. I'm one of the nipple attracted women, haha. Love to see and play with them. And seriously, I sometimes watch the nipple show I get in summer. Would also be attracted to female nipples though, so it would be nice if nobody had to wear a shirt. We already cover our dicks, and women don't like to see those randomly. I think the problem is the weaponization of the unwelcome. Surprise dick. Men will just weaponize their nipples. Imagine the locker rooms. Guys will be hanging towels on their nipples and swinging them around. Victorian lady who shows ankle. Society, whore of Babylon. Thanks. Looked for this before posting. If ankles were sexy back in the day, because showing them off was taboo, then pretty much anything can be sexualized. Did the same. Just like hiding a safe handed can become sexualized if it is always covered in public. Now introducing the bro guys. Are you tired of wearing shirts that reveal too much and doesn't give you any support? Well, not anymore, because we got the Broa cotton fiber, lightweight flex wire chest support. It's snug and will make you feel secure. Come into Brooks Brothers today. Our staff will measure your chest, back and shoulders to get you the perfect bro. Now, when you see her in a bra, you can show her your bro. Giddy up. Lol, all the dudes saying no. My girlfriend gleefully exchanges pics of her boobs for pics of my pecs. Ask women what they like, don't just assume. This is why you have a GF. Do women not like pecs? I'm a gay guy and most of us love the chest/pecs. Women do in fact love pecs. I have no idea what op is on about, lol. I mean, of course you'd get aroused if you saw Chris Hemsworth shirtless in front of you. But I don't think you would if some regular looking guy took off his shirt. Most straight men, however, would get at least a bit turned on by regular tits. Yeah, probably. But then they'd make laws about keeping your shirt on as a man, and my brother, I'm not down to hide my hairy titties. In many states it is legal for women to go in public without a top. Thanks for that knowledge, you/PM_me_yours_titties. The vast majority of humans are very horny creatures, and as an asexual I do not say that lightly, so judging from what I've seen of most of humanity, it wouldn't even take hiding them for women to become aroused at something like that. Some humans get aroused at parts of the body you wouldn't even think of, and I bet you at least some of these spots are not covered up the majority of the time. So answer TL. Doctor answer, probably wouldn't change too much. I have 2 friends with fetishes as well. One a hand fetish and one a clothing fetish. Neither are particularly hidden from public. I suppose it varies from person to person, but humans have a way to sexualize/set boundaries on what body parts or other are attractive vs unattractive. Is the guy with a hand fetish some sort of serial killer? Just asking. What makes you think they aren't already? I think op want men to wear bras or pec holsters, patent pending. I've seen no mention of this throughout the thread, so I just wanted to add my 2 cents. Breast size. Notably, the increased size of breasts in human females is a result of what is known as a sexually selected trait. Essentially, biologists do not believe that breast size serves a real function beyond attracting a mate. This is believed to be tied into another sexually selected trait, which happens to be tied into an actual physical process, hip size. The wider the hips are on a woman, the more attractive she will present herself to the common male. When humans first began differentiating from apes, there was a time when our heads, skulls, rapidly grew over hundreds of generations. To facilitate our enormous hominid brain size, mortality of babies skyrocketed, and to compensate, Only women with larger/wider hips were able to give natural birth and survive to nurse the child. This eventually became ingrained in mate selection, as genetic material could only be passed on for ape/hominids with wide hips. As males began to grow, an ingrained genetic attraction to this physical feature, a side effect of large breasts in females, is believed to have either coincided with or followed this event. The curvature of a woman's hips is proven, on modern day brain scans, to elicit an emotional/hormonal response in the minds of men. This response is so strong, in fact, that even a photo of a single line curved in the shape of a woman's body is enough to light up this very region of the brain. You may see where this is going. Due to the necessary sexual trait of having wide hips, which produced physical curves beyond that of their ape predecessors, large breasts are believed to have been a side effect of the very same genetics. To reiterate, there is no physical benefit to having large breasts outside of mate selection, and there are even detriments to the body which occur when they get too large. In conclusion, I do not believe women would become conditioned to become sexually aroused by the sight of a man's nipples, not due to a physical/genetic reason. Anyway, rather, if this ever happened, the attraction would come solely from the taboo nature of covered body parts. Similar to how showing a woman's ankles was considered lewd in much of the world's history, I'm sure you'd get a rise out of an ankle during that time solely because it was a pretty special thing to see. No one's going to read this anyway, but I wanted to leave my thoughts. Edit. Changed a few waists to hips. Was pretty tired when I wrote this, and as others have pointed out, hips are what I was focused on. I got big fat man titties. I try to keep them covered. Unleashing them does not arouse the wife. No offense, but I think many women already are, if you happen to be hitting the gym on a regular basis. Except when you're serious about your workouts, you end up staring at the men too. Yeah, but there's nothing abnormal about looking up to other men to set goals. Really, the gym should be a place of ideals and mentorship. Most guys answering this question are or teens or people who have never talked to a girl. Women's already get aroused by chests. It's nothing new. But Op didn't say chests. He said nipples. Just the nipple. Well, now that you mention it, that would be possible. On the other hand, if women stop doing this, men could possibly stop getting aroused at female breasts. Maybe to some degree. But I see legs all the time, and I still find them arousing. I find men's legs extremely arousing as well. But I do think boobs are so exciting because they're hidden. It's not common to see a perfect pair. Of course they're gonna look perfect on porn stars and magazines, but in real life I often think they're quite ugly. But I'm straight, so I can't even speak on the matter lol. I've been hiding my dick for years, and they still don't want to see that. What the duck? People aren't aroused by breasts just because of nipples. What a terrible life it would be if I only enjoyed fully naked tits. It depends on the context of why they start covering their nipples. i.e., if you show them off, you're a slut kind of context. It would take a long time for people to start getting aroused at the sight of them. Basically a whole force of people and media would have to agree that men's nipples were sexual and push a campaign on it. I don't have any evidence for this aside from what I've been told anecdotally, including by my wife. But I think women in general are less aroused by purely visual stimulus like nudity. They enjoy it, but it usually doesn't elicit the same instinctual arousal that it usually does for men. Their brains are wired differently in that way. How do you know we aren't already? You guys are getting breasts? Can I counter ask? If women walked around topless, would men stop being aroused by bare breasts? I have been with my partner for over 7 years, married for just over 1. Since we've lived together for 3 years, he has seen my bare breasts at random frequently as I tend to walk around our home topless. He still grabs them at every opportunity. I have a feeling he will never stop finding them arousing, or just fun to jiggle IDK. Okay fine, I like the concept, but the real question is flat chest, pecs, or handfuls, which would be the most arousing? I have a tattoo on my chest that stays mostly hidden, but when it peeks out, when I wear a tank top, my girlfriend says that it turns her on. No, we don't see scrotes all the time and they're freaking unsexy as hell. We don't see scrotes all the time, not with that attitude, you don't. Lol, touche, but I'm married, so I mean I could anytime I wanted to. Yes, I started wearing undershirts when I got into my 30s. No big whoop. One day my wife and I had to go out and I didn't put one on. Just wore my shirt commando. My wife acted like I was traveling around half naked and was getting frisky with me the entire time we were out. Men used to be attracted to ankles because dresses covered anything else. So being able to see something you aren't supposed to excites everyone. Wait, we are not supposed to already find that attractive? Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.